One of the big differences between e-commerce brands that are growing and those that are just surviving is e-commerce brands that are growing make room and time for optimization. Smart e-commerce teams know they cannot afford to skip optimization, even when they're busy launching new promotions and products. The trick is fitting A/B testing into your current workflows instead of treating it like a whole separate project. Let's talk about some easy ways that you can fit A/B testing into your current workflows so your brand isn't just surviving anymore, it starts to thrive. Let's talk about how to fit testing into your workflow. This is one thing I hear a lot from small teams is it's very hard to understand how you can fit testing. How can you do testing when you're constantly launching campaigns, when you're trying to stay on top of emails, when you are constantly building new pages? It can feel very overwhelming. So a lot of this is a mindset shift, or there's some different things you can do. One thing is just to make it part of your campaign workflow and test what you're already working on and what you're already doing. So what I mean by that is you don't have to invent a new test. I know someone asks, I don't know what to be testing. If you're making any changes on your page, you should test that before you do it. So if you're going to change your product images, if you're going to add something, like a video instead of a standard static image, or if you're gonna change your headline, edit your headline, any one of those things, run a test before you actually launch it. That is a great way to start A/B testing because just so you know, if you're making any changes on your site, you're testing things. You're just not testing in a way that is scalable, and you're not testing in a way that you can actually get data from. Every time you make a change, you're testing. So I recommend if you're going to make a change, just A/B test it first, run a test for a week. You don't need a developer to do any tests with Shogun, so you should be able to just turn the test on when you make the change. Then also look at your campaign workflows or your marketing workflows. So I'm imagining that when you are launching something like a campaign, you have a pretty set workflow that you're doing. I know when I launch something, I outline it, and then I know I'm building my images, and then I know I'm prepping all my promo material. So I have that layout, and I'm assuming you do too. And if you do, what you can do is apply A/B testing to part of your campaign workflow. So if you know you start running ads for your campaign X days before the sale is supposed to end, why not turn on an A/B test at the same time you start turning on ads, right? Or if you want to do it before your sale launches and you know you start building all your promotional material a week before your sale launches, switch on an A/B test at the same time. That way, you're knocking two things out at once and you're building A/B testing into your workflows. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to think of it as a separate thing. As I said earlier, nothing lives in a silo. Everything works together. Again, if you're really busy, you can start with low effort things like changing your CTA text, changing your hero images, editing your headlines or your subheadlines, seeing where you place things on your page. Your reviews need to be higher up the page. These are very small changes that can have big impacts. And they don't take long to set up. As I've said over and over, you don't need a developer with Shogun. You can just get started right away. And if you need to get something going, just start small. Say, I'm just going to test this one little thing for the next 10 days and see what happens. The last thing is focus on high impact and key revenue drivers. If you need to have some quick wins with A/B testing, this is my recommendation. Identify your product pages for your top sellers or your paid landing pages or your highest trafficked pages. Look at the pages that are doing the most work for you and then run tests on those. That can be a great way to get a quick win to fit it into your workflow of saying we already know this is bringing in money. How much more money can it bring in? Finally, the last point I have on this is I included 2 testing frameworks to consider. This is basically if you really have a lot of ideas and you're not sure where to start, you can score them. So these are 2 frameworks you can use to identify what is going to be the most impactful and the best thing to test on your page. The first one is by a guy named Chris Goward. It's the PI framework. What you do is you look at ideas based on potential, importance, and ease. Potential is how much improvement will this idea bring to your goal. Importance is like, what's the traffic value of the page? Like I said, like, are you actually sending money to the page? Are you putting money on the page? Is it a home page? Like, what's the value of that page? And then ease is how difficult it'll be to implement. So you would score something from 1 to 10, and the thing that scores the highest, well, that's the test you should go with first. The second framework is very similar. It's called an ICE framework. It's by a guy named Sean Ellis. Impact, confidence, and ease. You do the same scoring thing. Impact. What's the potential impact if this test succeeds? Like from 1 to 10, how much is it going to make a difference to your bottom line? Confidence. Are you sure that your idea will deliver results? 1 to 10, how confident are you feeling in this change? And then ease, how simple is it to execute the test? Every test should be simple with Shogun. So ease should hopefully always be a 10 for everything. So maybe just do PI and IC.
So remember, if you want your e-commerce store to grow and thrive, you have to make time and room for optimization. It doesn't have to be a big ordeal. Shogun A/B testing makes it very easy to quickly and efficiently implement A/B tests on your store. There's no coding, there's no dev requirement. You can start building and launching your A/B test immediately and fitting it into your current marketing workflow. You can find Shogun A/B testing in the Shopify App Store. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe.